What do you think caused these piles of dirt and unusual mounds to be here? Notice how there is no dirt all the way around the tree trunks. It's been dug away. The piles of dirt and mounds are not over here. How were they made? Why are they here? Well, let's go back to 1848 and find out. Just 2 miles north of a place called Wakamatsu Farm, James Marshall discovered gold in January of 1848. Marshall was building a sawmill on the American River to provide John Sutter with lumber for Sutter's Fort in Sacramento. The sawmill was powered by water. Water from the river was diverted through a channel to turn the water wheel and power the timber cutting saws. Gold was found in the channel. Lots of gold. Once the gold discovery was reported in 1848, the world rushed in. Miners from all over came to California seeking their fortune in gold. Gold was money. You kept what you found, and you could spend it freely any way you liked. Most miners found gold by panning along the edge of a flowing river, stream, or creek. Gravel and sand from the river are scooped into the gold pan along with some water. The miner shakes and swirls the water and gravel vigorously. Gold is very heavy, so the shaking causes it to go to the bottom of the pan. After lots of shaking and rinsing, hopefully there will be gold in the bottom. This way of finding gold is called placer mining. Panning for gold is hard work and a slow process. It didn't take long for miners to find a better way to get the gold. They started using cradles rather than a pan to shake the sand and gravel. Rocking the cradle back and forth caused the heavy gold to go to the bottom, where there were a series of ridges to trap the gold. This was more effective than panning, and it got the gold quicker. While one miner is scooping water from the river into the cradle, the other miner is rocking the box and throwing out the large rocks. The gold will be found in the fine sands at the bottom of the rocker. See how he's getting the large rocks out of the way and throwing them to the side? At the end of the day, there would be a pile of rocks. Over time, the rocks get covered by dirt, mosses, and other debris. After finding gold at the sawmill and in other creeks and streams, miners started looking for gold away from the rivers. We know they looked for gold at Wakamatsu Farm, but there is no river or creek here. Remember, most gold mining needs water, so sometimes miners took bags of sand that might have gold inside down to the river to pan in the river water. During the 1850s, many miles of ditches were dug by hand and shovel. These ditches brought water from rivers and ponds to dry areas for mining. The Gold Hill Ditch flowed to Wakamatsu Farm from 12 miles away in Placerville. Once water was available, miners would also use something called a long tom, or a sluice box, to mine for gold. They would dig down into the dry stream bed, throwing large rocks and boulders out of their way to get to the sands that might contain gold. A long tom is a wooden trough with ridges, also called riffles, in the bottom that trap the gold and keep it from running out with the water. Water from the ditch flowed or was scooped into the top of the long tom. A couple of miners would shovel dirt, rocks, and gravel into the top. Another man threw out the bigger rocks as the water moved the dirt, sand, and gravel down the box. Eventually, the sand caught on the riffles would be removed and panned to find the gold. It's amazing that miners working here 170 years ago made such lasting changes to the landscape. Evidence of mining activity, like you see here, is all over El Dorado County. These mounds, uneven ground, and dried up waterways are called worked ground. We may never know just how miners found gold at Wakamatsu Farm, but this disturbance of the ground dates back to the California Gold Rush and shows the evidence of placer mining. We can use our imagination today by looking closely at the ground here in the gold fields of California, where gold still may be found.